Hey love, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make an impressive vintage frame for your upcoming party, wedding, or an elegant photo shoot. All right, let's get to the video. All right guys, so as you can see somewhere around here, probably right here, I got these pieces cut at Home Depot. The plywood original size was 8x4. I didn't want my backdrop to be that tall for this type of backdrop because when it comes to a frame, you don't want all this room right here on the top. So I thought 6.5 feet was perfect. So that's 78 inches. But the thing is here, they don't cut any less than 12 inches at Home Depot. So this is why this is 78 by 12 inches. And this is 48 inches by 12 inches. So I'm gonna cut them both in half. So basically this is gonna end up being 78 inches by 6 inches. And this one is going to be 48 inches by 6 inches. And that's how I'm gonna make my frame. All right, let's get to cutting. Let's see how this looks on the ground. Now I'm gonna use this 3.5 inch by 8 feet board, which I'm gonna cut into 6 inches. I'm gonna cut 4 of them so I can add it to each corner to join the whole frame together. Okay, so this is how it looks like from the back. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add the decor. Look at that, beautiful. We are going to patch. This is plastic wood, it's wood filler. And we're gonna cover the holes and the line right here so it can seem like it's just one piece. And I'm going to secure it with this Loctite Power Grab Ultimate. Now it's time to move on to the molding. This is a self-adhesive molding, the same that I use for my ring for a drink wall. I'm having a dilemma because these are the leftover from that project. The ones that I ordered for this week has been delayed for 2 days. So right now I have enough molding to fill the inside part of it, not the outside, which affects me placing this molding here. It's quite small, but it looks good only if you have molding on the side. So without it, it's just too small, but I like the design with it. But if you add the side molding, it's not so bad. This was my vision. I have to glue it tonight if I'm going to use it because it has to adhere overnight. Remember that I did get 4 of these, so this together. Right here in the middle, looks longer. I can do that. It just makes it look more vintage. I like the idea of having something right there in the middle. I think I like it separate. And that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so now I gotta center it and glue it down. It is the next day, guys, and it looks fabulous. It's perfect. Look at that. Look how it's lining up. All right, so let's move on to the next step, and the next step is the pre-cut wall molding. This is the one from my last project. The one that I ordered never arrived, but I have enough to get it done. I'm gonna have to even take some of my last project, but that's okay because I can replace it with the other one when it comes. All right, let's get started. Love it. I'm so in love with it already. I do have to cut because it's gonna have to be flat. I have to cut some of these slanted corners, not for all of them, but we're just gonna cut it straight here for the ones on the top and the ones right here as well. The only ones that won't need cutting will be if I have to add another piece. All right, so I have a little piece left over from the top, so I'm gonna go ahead and add it right there. This is definitely not straight, so I'm using my sander to just slant this a little bit so it can fit a little better. It looks so good. I am so satisfied with it. So satisfied with that. Honestly, the reason I've been doing all these backdrops lately is because it has been raining outside and I haven't been able to do any of my tablescapes and stuff like that. But everything happens for a reason. I am in love with this. It was pretty easy to make. I don't feel exhausted. You know, sometimes I feel exhausted after doing some projects. I mean, there's nothing really hard. Just the cutting, I mean, just make sure that your measurements are good. If you cut over a little, that helps because you can always cut back. I really didn't have any problems. I do have to fill in some gaps with some caulk. It's time to paint. I want the entire frame to look vintage. So I'm using a black base. This is a sample size of flat black. On top of that, I am going to add metallic gold. This is a brilliant metal finish. And then I'm gonna finish it off with rough and buff antique gold to seal the deal and make it look like an antique frame. You can use black for the base or you can use like a dark brown.
Oh, snap. My baby got magic.
I sure do.
Yeah, girl.
It's nice, right? All right, so it's time for the metallic brilliant metal finish. Look how pretty this looks. It's still a little wet. I had to bring it inside though because it's getting dark outside. Last step is adding the rub and buff antique gold that we are going to add to the raised areas of the molding. And that's it. That's gonna seal the deal. Let's do it. I'm just gonna use my finger. Now I'm gonna secure the frame with this heavy duty hook to my heavy duty stand. I'm gonna tie it with fishing line. All right, so this is one way to do it. This is what you can do if you only have one stand. I suggest a heavy duty stand. You can obviously build legs for it. You can do L-shaped legs, whatever type of legs. I don't know what other type of legs are there. But anyway, the only ones I know is the L-shaped legs, which is what I use for all of my backdrops. And lately I've just been using my heavy duty stands. I call it the lazy way because it is. I don't have to build legs for it. And it works just fine for me. And yeah, and I'm gonna just keep doing it until I don't have to. So this is one way to do it. I'm gonna show you another one. If you have another stand, or you can actually build it out of PVC. You can make yourself a box out of PVC, which is very easy. Maybe one day I'll do that. For now, I have two stands, so I'm gonna show you how to box this in to make it more like a portrait, you know? Like I'm in a museum or something. All right, so I'm bringing my other set and I'm just gonna place it directly behind each leg. Okay, so each stand comes with this stick that goes right up front usually. I am not using it on the front part of it. I'm gonna use them on the sides so I can hang curtains from it, okay? So drapery, always make it look more elegant. Now, to make it look nicer, and a little more polish, we are going to add a drape right here in the back. And I don't have another one of those, but I do have this bowl from a photography stand that I'm gonna use. I wish it was a little shorter, but this is what I have to work with. You can use a broomstick, something that's gonna hold your drapes, and you're just gonna rest it right on top of there. You don't have to hook it, just rest it. That looks so good. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and start styling. All right, so this is the final. I wish I could have shot this outside, but it's been raining every day, so this is what we get. The green wall and all this other stuff. Indoors at a venue, beautiful. I'm so happy with it, so happy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give me a like, comment, let me know your thoughts on this project, and make sure to share with your family members and friends, especially the ones that love to host. And make sure to follow me on my social media accounts so you can see pictures of this and pictures of myself and family enjoying this frame. Oh yeah, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. All right guys, until next time, bye. See you in the next video.